Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We sometimes get frustrated and anxious and also sad and very angry when our efforts don't bear us fruits. And it could be in a project, it could be in a relationship, it could be with friends, it could be in a certain task, it could be with our children, or it could be at work. But it becomes more frustrating and it becomes very dejecting when we face failure after failure where we are not getting the fruits of our labor. So wherever we are putting in a lot of effort and we don't get the results, then we get very frustrated, we get angry, we get sad, and we want to give up. Sometimes we find that the situation continues for a long period of time. Try as we might to put in an effort in a relationship, sometimes for years, it just doesn't seem to settle down and starts to give better results from the expectations we have from the relationship. It may happen at work, it may happen in our earnings. We try our level best to get more earnings, to get more savings also. But and sometimes we change jobs. We sometimes feel that we may be happy and we may be settled in a certain job, but we don't find that we are not getting the money or the earnings as per or commensurate to our roles and the work that we put in, and we want to go higher. So sometimes, knowing that the particular company may not be able to give you that, we even quit jobs and we put in a lot of effort. We may try to sometimes add certifications to our qualifications and assume that if I add an MBA to my qualification, probably my chances of moving up the ladder will be higher. I may also get more earnings. And so there are various factors which are attached to earnings or efforts in a certain area of our life, which could be a project that you want to complete and you want to submit, or as I said before, in relationships, sometimes in our interest. Sometimes we want to learn dancing or singing or painting, and we try and we seem to put in a lot of effort, but we just don't seem to move faster or higher or pertaining to the effort that we put in, and that's where we want to give up also. So how do we ensure that our efforts bring us the fruits of the labor that we put in? Now, one thing is, it's very important that you put in effort where you see there is also a certain promise of that particular event coming through. So if you're putting in an effort with somebody who's already married or in a committed relationship and you're putting effort there, then obviously you are barking up the wrong tree. Or you're putting in effort to join a company whose set of qualifications at an entry level are very stringent and you are very less qualified, and you keep putting in effort, you keep emailing to them or keep applying for jobs on their website, you are not going to get the results. So very, very important you know that your efforts in any direction are commensurate to the least expectations for a favorable result out of that. If you don't do that, then obviously you will not get the result that you are looking for. If you are looking for results at work, then you need to see, are there any underlying factors by virtue of which a person moves? There could be qualification issues. There are a lot of companies in which if you are not an MBA, then it's not easy for you to move up the leadership ladder. If you don't have certain qualifications, then you can't go into a certain department. If you, for example, a lot of companies, if you're not a CA, a chartered accountant, may not want to see you in the topmost role is that of a finance head. So there are a number of factors which also are the gates through which you need to pass, and then you need to put in the effort. So keep in mind that it's not only putting in efforts will give you the results, putting in effort in the right direction with the right arsenal at in your hands also is important. If you're not doing that, obviously your efforts will not bear fruit. Then we can't blame astrology and say, the more efforts I put at work, I had this great yoga at 10th house, and I was promised that if you put in more effort, you will get more results. However, you are not putting in efforts basis where your qualifications are helping you, or the industry is helping you, then you may not get favorable results. So it is very, very important that you also look at the Desh, Patra and Akal, which means that according to the situation around you and according to what tribe you are in and the time period of what you are in, all these factors come into play. So what qualification the company needs and what qualification you don't have may be one of the gates because of which you are not able to pass through it. So be wary of that. And so it's very important that you look at astrology in line with what the world is saying, and that's why the Desh Patra Kal comes into play, which means if you are not looking at what the situation around you is, then obviously sometimes the results may not come by. For example, last 6 months or so, India has been under a very stringent, strict lockdown, and efforts to get results outside of your home in the market would probably have not given the fruits that you expected when the lockdown was not there, for example. So it is the time period also which you need to look at, commensurate to which the results may come by. So that is one of the important things. Before you get into astrology, your horoscope, your placements, it is important to note what time period you are in, what the situation, the political or the economic situation is in the external world, and whether you are fit to apply or put effort in that direction. So if you feel that it is not realistic to put effort in a certain direction, then take a back seat. However, if your horoscope is promising a lot of results in that direction, then dig deeper and see where that effort pointing towards in which direction is getting you the fruits. So today let's talk about how through your horoscope you may get to know where you need to put in more efforts, in what direction, and through which direction that you put in the efforts in, you may get better fruits of your labor. Firstly, the third house is the house of effort, self-enterprise, and it is very, very important to see the situation of the third house and the third lord, because if both of them are in a very bad shape, then you may not get the fruits of your labor to the extent that you want. So see where the third lord is pointing, where it is placed, and what planets are placed in the third house. So if the third house is sharing energies, for example, with the 11th house, then the efforts in a social strata or in the extended network may give you better fruits rather than looking at a family connection to give you better results. Or the third lord exchanging energies with the 9th house, for example, then the efforts may bear you better fruits in long journeys or through higher learning, which means the more high qualifications you add, you may get more success also. And also you may, if you put in more effort to reach outside and beyond your national boundaries, then also you may get good success. Or you may need to leave your comfort area and then travel out of the box and meet people, even people across cultures, even maybe in foreign lands or with foreign clients or foreign consultants, where the effort may bring you better results. So see where the third house planet lord is sharing energies, what planets are placed in the third house. So it means that your energy is going there and you may get better success. However, if the third lord is not placed very well in a certain house, then you may not get success from that house. Also, if planets in the third house are not friendly to it, then the success of that house whose lord is sitting in the third house may not come to you. The other is, see what Raja Yogas are being associated in any way, either with the third house or with the third lord. Then you may get more success because some Raja Yogas are adding energies to the strength of both the house and the lord. The other is to see the placement of and the strength of dignity of three planets. One is the moon, second is Mars, and third is Saturn. The moon is the mind. Without being able to bend your mind, you can't bend your back. Your back bending is more commensurate to your mind, which means if you think in your mind that hard work will not give you success, or it's waste to put efforts at work, for example. For instance, one may think that I have a bad boss, however hard I may try, that person dislikes me or hates me, he will never or she will never give me that break or the new project or the promotion or the credit. so it may never work, so why should I put effort? And so we put in effort, we keep trying, but one day we give up. So if the mind is not ready, then the back will also not be ready. Just bending your back will not help, because you may give up. So you need to have a strong mind, which means a strong moon in your horoscope for sustained efforts, and not to get too emotional about it, but also to keep the focus and to keep the energy there. Second, effort is also seen through Mars. If the Mars planet is very strong in the horoscope, see where it is placed, because it means your energies are going there. You may think that you're putting in effort in one area of your life, however, most of your attention and energy may be going where Mars is placed. So sometimes it could be you are assuming that you put a lot of work, hard work in your work area. However, if Mars is placed either in the 7th house or in the 4th house, then you could be ending up spending too much attention and too much energy in your family or at home or about the spouse. So even when you are at work, sometimes the person may be too worried about what's going on in his or her relationship, and why did my spouse say this yesterday, or this morning when I was leaving. Why is my partner not giving me enough time or attention? So sometimes the mind is so occupied by certain other elements which are not directly connected to your work, that you are not able to put in your heart and spirit into the work that you're doing. And you work very hard, you put in long hours, but because the heart and soul is not there at that particular point of time, but the attention is somewhere else, so the output of your work may not be coming. So when your boss tells you that you need to put in more, you need to apply yourself more, you think you connect it to hard work, but you don't connect the apply more to that. You need to pay more attention, you need to take more interest, you need to have a keener eye, you need to work more closely with the colleagues, you need to connect with the client, for example. So these are the things about application. It is not only about hard work or putting in long hours or just making phone calls. So that's not what hard work alone will give you the fruits of labor. You need to apply better by looking at the other factors. And so if Mars is giving all the energy to some other house, then you may not be able to. So it is important to collect the energies and focus that area where you want more success in. The third is Saturn. And mind you, if your Saturn is combusted or weak or debilitated, then it's obvious signal that you need to work harder, because Saturn is the planet of karma, which means the more action that you do, the more hard work that you do, Saturn will reward you. If Saturn itself is combusted, then you'll obviously have to put in more hard work. It is like a plastic bottle that you have which has a small hole in it, which means you'll have to put a lot more water in it for it to not flow out till you reach the top. So if the intention is to fill it to the top, if the bottle had no hole, then you may be able to fill it in. If it has a small hole, so the more water you keep putting water, the water keeps going out. So to beat the amount of water which is going out, you need to fill it faster and you need to put in more, and so then you reach the top, and then you win the event or whatever game you are playing. And in the office we do play such games every on then on some occasions. So anyway, so sometimes you need to put in more hard work and apply more when Saturn is in a bad state, to ensure that you get your results, maybe not immediately but over a period of time. So bad Saturn means long hours, more perseverance, more patience over a long period of time will get you the results of your labor. Then you have to be patient. Trying to force the issue when Saturn is very weak or combusted or not supporting will only get you dejected, will only get you frustrated and not give you the fruits of your labor. So connect the fruits of your labor to the third house, the third lord, the planets placed in the third house, how they are supporting and where they are supporting. Second, see the situation of the moon, see the situation of Mars and Saturn. The other thing is to connect the third house to the area that you want results in. For example, if the third house is being connected in some way or sharing energies with the second house, then effort to get money may be more fruitful if there are benefits involved in the mix. If the third house is getting connected to the 10th house, then obviously the more hard work you put in at work, you will get better stature also, better role also, and more success from projects. If the third house is sharing energies with the seventh, then you may get better results in business or in teamwork or working on projects with a team. If the third house is sharing energies with the sixth house, then you will get better fruits or success in service, also with colleagues who are working with you on a day-to-day basis, who may or may not be directly connected to your team, but other people, the extended network within the company, all constitute the sixth house. So you need to see where the third house energies are placed, how they are working, and whether they are in a benefic placement or not. And that's the other factor. If the third house, third lord is not placed well, is not in a benefic situation, is not sharing energies with benefic planets and benefic houses like the Kendra houses, or through benefic aspects, or benefic conjunctions, or benefic Raja Yogas, then obviously you will have to work harder to get results from that area of life that you're putting in your effort. And what is very important is to see where you want the success in life, and then to see whether you are also displaying the values of that planet. So if you want more success, for example, in arts, whether you're a singer, you're a painter, you're a dancer, you're a musician, whatever you are, if you want more success there, then you need to be able to display the values which are dear to the planet. For instance, we say that doing pujas, doing fasts on certain days will give us better results because the deity is praised with us. Obviously, if you do something which is counter to what the deity believes in or likes, then obviously you also bring in the animosity from the deity or less support from the deity. So if you want get a better success in the arts, in the performing arts, then Venus is an important planet. If you have been displaying values or principles contrary or counter to Venus, then obviously the planet will not help you or support you in your endeavors. So with Venus, obviously the principles and values and what the planet stands for, you need to display that kind of a behavior, that kind of a mindset, that kind of an attitude. If it's Jupiter, then obviously you will have to display an attitude of consulting, of learning, of being large-hearted, not stopping to learn, keeping an open mind, and that is how you will then be displaying the values of Jupiter, a learner, somebody who is ready to consult others, ready to help others, always ready to expand one's own horizon with learning, consulting, helping others is concerned, and having a large heart. What is the principles and values of the Sun? The Sun believes in leadership. The Sun believes in respect and dignity. So if you are somebody who compromises your self-respect for a favor from somebody, or to bootlick somebody and not carries oneself with a lot of self-respect, but you want more success in a leadership role, you want to become the leader, then if you are regularly compromising your self-respect, not putting your best foot forward, not volunteering to take the leadership role, and not be ready to give orders and not be ready to lead, then obviously try as you might to get the leadership position or the leadership role, it will not come to you. So that means you need to live the values of the planet in whose direction, in whose area you want greater success in. What are the values and principles of Mars? That means that you need to be always goal oriented. You need to be fearless. You need to be ready to go out and achieve. You need to not be hesitant. You need to be confident and sure of yourself, but not be arrogant and not be too emotional about something, because then that becomes an impediment. So whenever you are carrying the values, the behavior of a planet in whose direction you want success in, then obviously that planet will also support you. If you want greater success in sports and you don't have a strong Mars, then you may not get success in that area. So you also need to see what is the karaka of the area that you want success in. If it's arts, you behave like the planet, and also you keep the planet strong by continuing to act with the attitude of the planet, with the behavior of the planet and what the planet stands for. And Our results are commensurate to our choices. They are directly dependent on the choices that we make. If we have been making some bad choices in our lives and then trying to put effort in the same direction, then probably we may not be able to get success. For example, you sit in one competitive exam and you don't get success there and you give it up, and then you try in something else and you give it up. When you don't persevere and you don't make good choices, strong choices and choices in that direction where you're persevering because you want success there, then obviously choices which you take you away from that area of life or success in that area of life will obviously put more impediments in your road to success in that area. If you tried your hand at business but after 1 or 2 years given up, chosen to go to work, take up a job, after 1 or 2 years again try to get into business, again you didn't get success, again you took up some work. If you keep going like a seesaw and not able to make up your mind, not able to make the right choices, then obviously you will not get success in the direction that you want better, more success in. So perseverance is also an important nature or behavior of Saturn. So persevering enough with the choice that you make and in the direction that you want success in is important. Planets like Saturn want somebody to persevere. It will be the Rahu energies which will try to pull you away, that this doesn't seem to give you the efforts, and Rahu will do that to you at the last moment when you're very close to success. That's when Rahu will play a trick on you and then push you in some other direction. So a good Rahu is also blessing for people who want to put effort in the right direction. Then see Ketu's placement. If Ketu is placed in that house where you want good success in, then it's a strong uphill task. It is like trying to climb Mount Everest without a Sherpa and without oxygen bottle. Some people have done that, but it is next to impossible for somebody who doesn't know how to do it. So it's critical to know that if you have a Ketu placement in that house that you want great success in, then you may not get the success unless you want to achieve it for others. If you want huge success in arts, performing arts, but you want to, most of the gains that you get out of it, you give it to something else for some other area of life or as a donation or for some other cause, then you may get more success. If you want greater success in politics and you have Ketu in either your Lagna or your 11th house, then unless you want to work for others and you work for a cause and you're not chasing the seat or the specific position of a member of parliament or a senator or the chief minister or the governor of a place, then you may not get that. If Ketu is placed in the 11th house or in the Lagna, specifically if you are not trying to get any favor from politics for yourself. So if you're not in politics for power, for money, for influence, but to really help others for a social cause, then only Ketu will support you when Ketu is in the 11th house or in the Lagna for politics. Otherwise, the promise of getting success in politics is very, very less. So associating where the success is coming and not coming from is very important. Many times knowing where you may not succeed is as important as knowing where you will succeed, so that you can make right choices. The other is, if you have two malefics in a Kendra house related to an area that you want to work in, then success in that area will be tough. For example, two malefic planets which are in an inimical position in the 7th house and you're trying very hard to get success in your relationship, then it's an uphill task. Then you will have to be completely wanting to give up any expectations of that house to get success in that house. Which means if you want to have a long, stable, committed, steady relationship, then you will have, and there are two malefic planets in an inimical sign in the 7th house. For example, you have Mars and Saturn both in Cancer in the 7th house for a Capricorn ascendant native, for example, then it is a real uphill task. Then that means the only way you will succeed is to give up all expectations from the spouse or from the committed partner that you have, and you be completely committed and selfless in what you are giving. And only when you do that, completely be devoid of any expectations, never feel bad, completely persevere, give up what you want in the relationship, only then the relationship has a higher chance of surviving. But do you really want to be in such a relationship? That's what you need to think about when you're chasing success in a direction which may not bring you the satisfaction that is required in that area, specifically in a relationship. If you don't get the companionship, you don't get reciprocated love, affection, support, then what is the point of chasing that result? So see whether chasing a certain result will actually get you the happiness, the satisfaction, and will truly make you happy. If you're just trying to make a point, then you may make a point by getting success there, but you may not feel happy internally. So are you really chasing something which is really worthwhile, which adds value to your life, or just to prove a point to somebody and who may not even be directly associated with you? Sometimes to prove a point to a father who may think that you may not get success in his area, in his line, you keep putting in efforts there, and you are not able to succeed. You have a father's business and you say, okay, I will do business in the same area, I will prove you wrong that I can do this on my own. And then you loan money from somebody and you keep putting in efforts in that direction and you don't get success. And you're just trying to prove a point to the father because you want him to feel that you are really worthwhile and not worthless. So don't do that to yourself. Then you will be whiling away a lot of time of your life not pursuing the right areas which you need to pursue. So identification of the area is very important. Identification of whether that particular area is sharing energies with the third house or third lord in a more benefic way or not is important. Situation of Mars, Moon and Saturn being benefic are very important. You living the values and beliefs and the principles which the planet which will represent that particular area, you doing that is very, very important, and making the right choices is very, very important. Not chasing the wrong tree or wrong area, but seeing whether you have success in that area, and obviously Ketu that we talked about. And then the dasha of the respective planet in which you are trying to get success should also be supportive, or at least the antar dasha should be on. Sometimes when the dasha changes, you are given by your karma to work in a different direction, and we are not able to see that, and we continue to put in efforts in that same direction where we were getting success earlier. Sometimes we need to change track. Sometimes if you have been an individual player, when the dasha changes, now you need to take up a leadership role. You need to start working with more teams or as the head of the function or the project. And if you continue to want to be in an individual role, but the dasha is of the sun or the dasha is of the 10th lord, then obviously you will have to change the way you work or be willing to work in a different direction. Sometimes you may be a lawyer for earlier, and now that when the dasha changes, especially if Saturn and Jupiter are conjunct, then you may get the opportunity of being the judge in a court rather than remaining a lawyer. If you don't do that, if you don't make the right choices at the right time and the right turns at the right time, then continued effort in the same area may not keep coming to you. So you get success in business in a certain area, and after some time you don't know why, but you start getting failures, and you don't know why you are getting failures in the same area where you were getting success earlier. The times may have changed, the situation may have changed, the competition may have changed. Maybe you are not keeping abreast to the competition, or you are doing something not right. So there you need to relook at, especially when the dasha changes, what is the meaning for me in this dasha? And if that dasha is pointing towards some other direction in which you may get success, then your effort should also be pointed in that direction, and not just something which you have got success earlier and you may not get success now, but you continue to push in the same area. And an important factor, when you want success in a certain area of your life, ensure that you don't spoil other karakas of the same house. For example, if you want more success about matters of the 5th house, which is if you want success in, say for example, in your investments, in your shares and stocks that you do, then if you're not true to the other areas of that house which it represents, then you spoil that karaka also. So if you want greater success in stocks and shares and those kind of investments, then what is your relationship with your partner, with your committed relationship? Are you able to show enough love and affection? Because the 5th house is also the house of love and romance. If you have a partner but to whom you are not showing emotions, not showing your love and affection, not doing things in a romantic fashion, then you are spoiling one karaka of the 5th house. Second, if you are not paying attention to children, not giving enough time to children, not being true to their role of a father or mother, but you want success in your stocks and shares, and most of the time you are spending on the laptop, then you're spoiling the other karaka of that. Third, what is investing in stocks? It is also about both Venus and Mercury, but also Rahu. If you are too tactful, too manipulative in your life, and you are too clever in your relations and in life in general, and you don't come across as a genuine person, and you are always trying to keep everybody happy, and you are too tactful and diplomatic, then obviously you're spoiling the Rahu that you have, or you are allowing Rahu to have the upper hand. Then obviously again you're spoiling the dissemination of the 5th house of shares and stocks also, because Rahu also denotes technology and Venus also represents computers. So if you're doing something online in stocks, you need to ensure that you don't spoil either Venus or Rahu, or doing contrary to what the behaviors associated with them, and neither you spoil the karakas of the 5th house, for example. So that's how you need to relate. Wherever you want success in any area, you also need to ensure that the other karakas of the same house, or the other areas which the house represents, you don't spoil those areas by neglecting them or mistreating them. If you regularly do long distance journeys and travels for projects or for marketing, but you mistreat your gurus, or you don't have good relations with the father, you are disrespectful to your gurus, you're disrespectful to your father, you have bad relations with them, then the 9th house will not favor you. You will not get success in either foreign lands or in long foreign trips or with people across cultures. So you will have to ensure that wherever you want success in that house, other areas, you are also true to them, you are also genuine to them, and you don't spoil them. So to summarize, look at 3 or 4 factors put together. Look at where the Raj Yogas are pointing in life towards. You may get more success there, and see if there are more benefic planets being associated with that area, then the promise of larger success is there. You have a Raj Yoga but which is very weak or spoiled by bad conjunctions or malefic aspects, then you will get less success there. If you have a strong Raj Yoga associated with more benefics, then during the dasha of those planets which are associated with that area, you will get more success. Improving your behavior, your attitude and principles in line with the area of life that you want success in, and being true to the principles of the planet which represent that success is important. And third, being realistic about whether you have good chances in that area or not, keeping in mind the Desh Patra Kal, which means the situation, external situation, and whether you have the qualification, and whether any gates which you need to cross before you enter, and you are not ready with that, then obviously you may not get success in the area that you want. So keep all these factors in mind, and keep the Dasha Lord in mind when you're pushing for success in a certain area, and only when you add all these factors together do you get success and a greater promise of success based on your readiness and all that. So to summarize, all these factors put together and persevered effort, and you being true to the area that you want success in, with hard work and effort over a period of time, your efforts will promise you and give you a greater chance of success in that area. So friends, look at where you have been putting in your effort, and whether you have been barking up the wrong tree or putting in efforts in that direction where there is no promise of success, either because you are not qualified enough, or you're not taking care of the gates that you need to pass through for that success, or you are not kept in mind the Desh Patra Kal, the current situation, whether you will get success or not, whether your own horoscope is supporting or not, whether there is a Raj Yoga associated, whether there is a benefics associated with that area, or you are having a bad relationship with the Karaka of that particular area. And only when you have a lot of supporting factors in that direction, and when you put efforts in that direction, will you get better fruits. So friends, if you're looking for a consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Please share this video and please like this video. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide signing off. Ciao.